So welcome back to a very cold, very chilly workshop, and in this video we're going to be working on something entirely different again. Yes, a Land Rover Discovery. So I obviously enjoy making my life difficult. I don't know why I agreed to do these things, but here we are anyway. We're going to give it a go. So this car seems to be making quite a horrendous noise from somewhere in the engine bay, so we'll get it into the workshop and we'll have a look and see what we're dealing with. I don't know what that is, sounds like a jet engine. Maybe it's for the air suspension. Anyway, so can you see there the belt is almost off the tensioner? There's also a piece of tensioner down there as well, bits of metal. And I think just then when it was running, I think all those bits we could see, I think that was metal shavings being flung around. So basically the tensioner has shat itself and it's just bouncing around all over the place because I think the roller's basically just, yeah, it's just come off. Obviously the bearing's completely failed, and yeah, now it's just, it's had it basically, and the belt is about to come off. So yeah, it's a good job it wasn't driven much more. I was running a bit of a risk having the engine running and bringing it in here really, because yeah, I think that is literally seconds away from proper failure. So yeah, but there we go. So we need to is that going to blow up? To be honest, it would be a good thing if it did. I think it would just do us all a favour and then we wouldn't have to fix it. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to working on this, but decisions have been made. I think the biggest problem with this job is possibly needing a special tool to remove the fan. Oh, look at that. Quite the contrast, isn't it, from the usual red block engine content. I mean, it couldn't really be any different, could it? Grim, I think, is probably the best description. So this fan actually unscrews. You can see there where someone's already had a tool on it before. Yeah, essentially you don't need to take that pulley off. You don't need to take the nuts, or the bolts I should say, out of that pulley. You just need to unscrew the fan. But there's a tool that holds the bolts so that it holds the pulley still so that you can crack off the fan. Because obviously if you just try and turn the whole thing, if I put a spanner now directly on the fan, the whole thing's going to spin. I'm hoping I can wedge something in there and do it that way, but I think it does take, it's not easy because the fan's obviously screwed on tight. It depends how tight the last guy put it on as well, I suppose, doesn't it? But yeah, let's give it a go. No, it's not big enough. It's got to be a 36 or probably some weird in between size. Why couldn't it be more like a Volvo? Specifically red block era Volvo, where the fan is just bolted to the pulley. I mean, it's not rocket science, is it? Why do they have to do it like this? They don't want people like me working on these cars, isn't it? Surely that's the only explanation. They want it so, oh no, you all need special tools, so it has to all go to Land Rover. We are the only ones that should be working on it. We want all the money. Man, that's a shame. I can try it with voice scripts or something, but I'll probably just make a mess out of it. So the parts have arrived, and so have the tools. So let's see what we've got. Massive spanners, £20 off eBay. Dayco auxiliary belt, good quality of course, and a Gates tensioner, the best quality. Well, at least it used to be. Nothing's really that good these days, is it? But doesn't say Gates on it, it says something completely different on it. Lytton's, Canada, yeah, I don't know, but it's kind of a normal thing these days, isn't it, to see, apart from one company in the box of another. But yeah, so there we go. So we've got that, we've got the bits anyway. It looks correct, so we'll go ahead and get it fitted. So you just lock onto the pulley with that one, and obviously it goes over the 3 bolts on the pulley. Hold it in position like that. Put this one over the nut for the fan, and you go clockwise to loosen it. It's reverse thread, just so you know. Right, that gives us a bit more access. I knew it would be too tight. I knew it would be too tight. It's really difficult to do 2 spanners like that unless you're bloody Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's not that easy. Nah, I'm going to need help with this. You're stronger than me, so we'll probably have to swap over. It's on there, bloody tight.
Where'd you get something?
Nah, I tried that. It's clockwise thread as well, so I'm going to pull it towards me.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
You're right.
Yeah, you do that.
It's hard, isn't it? I think it's coming though. Fuck. Or was it slipping before? You ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hell. Maybe we'll try it the other way.
Yeah, just don't fall in the pit.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do, not to fall in the pit.
Yeah, everyone keeps commenting on the videos,
Hey?
saying about the pit.
Yeah.
All anyone's really talking about or concerned about is the pit. Okay, yeah, go on. Fucking hell.
No chance.
Mate. It's really bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Someone's done that too tight.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know how someone's managed to do it up so tight though, you know? Fucking hell.
You can tell they've done it tight because look at all the fucking slipping on the bolt.
Yeah.
It's all fucking slipped.
Yeah.
They've done that with something that's not supposed to be done it with, you know, like a wrench or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, like a plumber wrench.
Yeah.
That's what I reckon.
Big fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wanged it right over.
That's what I reckon they've done, yeah.
Yeah. So I've just decided to work around the fan. It's not ideal because it's massively in the way, and of course leaning on it and trying to do everything around it, plastic blades and all that sort of stuff. I really don't want to crack it or anything, but Yeah, there's just about room to get the bolt out of the tensioner. You can see I've already loosened it most of the way there, so we'll take the tensioner off shortly and then yeah, get the new one in, put the belt over the fan. I didn't know if the belt would actually go around the fan because it is massive, but the belt's even more massive. So it does work actually. I didn't think you'd be able to. It's just a bit of a faff, and of course putting the new belt on in the right way, routing it all through correctly is going to be a faff. Yeah, it's just, everything's just that bit harder with the fan there, and it's really a lot easier if you can remove it. I almost can't do this. It's a good job I'm so skinny, otherwise my arm wouldn't fit between the fan and the engine. Well, there goes the pulley. So you can see that the pulley had completely detached from the arm of the tensioner itself. So it's only by design that it didn't just fly off. Of course, if it was that way and the pulley was just outwards facing with nothing around it, of course it would have flown off and taken the belt with it. But because it's enclosed with this arm, yeah, I'll just get the new one in, bolt it in, slip the belt on, get that routed round, and yeah, hopefully it will be okay. So there we go, new tensioner's on. Even with the tensioner all the way over as far as it would go, it was still really difficult to get the belt on, like it only just goes on. So now we can turn the key, or it's not turn the key, push the button and see how it runs. Hopefully it's fine. If not, it's going to be expensive. But yeah, let's give it a go. Hopefully the engine doesn't eat itself. So there was a little bit of a clacking, tapping sound when it first started up for a couple of seconds there. Well, even less than a second. I don't know if that's the lifters or if it was a timing chain or something. Yeah, she's running straight and true. Lovely. So I put the engine cover back on, cover up the spaghetti bolognese, and then off she goes back to her owner. I'm sure she'll be happy to have her back. So nice, everything's so smooth and nice. Yeah, they are lovely. I can't say they're not luxurious. But yes, no, it's not been fun to work on this car. Hopefully it's the last time, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, it definitely feels, and when you sat in it, it definitely feels like you could go anywhere in it. Any terrain or any kind of adverse conditions. It is very nice. There we go.